So before we start this video, I want to give a massive shout out to Jeff Weiler Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram for letting us review this gorgeous 2020 Dodge Durango RT Blacktop.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video from Evolutions. So today, first of all, I want to send a big shout out and a big thank you to Jeff Weiler Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, along with their Chevrolet dealership and basically the entire dealership, for letting us review this gorgeous 2020 Dodge Durango RT Blacktop with the Hemi, because you know I don't do V6s at all. So, and I'll have this car for a couple hours, you know, seeing how I like it. I already know a lot of it because my aunt has one, but she has the V6 sadly, but she still has one. So I know a lot about it, and I know, you know, basically a lot, you know, how to work a lot of things. So I'm gonna, you know, try to work that into this entire video too, and basically do a lot more like technical features with it, you know, how to do the phone connectivity, how to do the GPS, how to do basically everything with this car. So yeah, so sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. We're driving the 2020 Dodge Durango Blacktop RT with all-wheel drive, and it's a Hemi. So I mean, just starting out, my initial impressions with it is I actually like it. It's a really smooth, comfortable ride, and I mean, this one is the basically the full size one. So you have, instead of having the two captain's chairs, you have basically the bench seat, and also you have a third row seat as well. So this is a perfect car for you and the entire family. And I mean, again, with that Hemi, you also get that 5.7 liter 390 rough horsepower V8. And like I said, for an all-around car, SUV, this is a really good car. And like I said, my aunt also has one, but she has a V6 one, so it's nothing like this one at all, like as far as like performance wise. So I mean, here, I'll get into it just a little bit. Again, it's not my car, it's Jeff Weiler's dealership car, so I'm not gonna, you know, drive it like I would my Camaro or anything else like that, but just rolling onto a little bit, and like it gets up very well, especially for being such a heavy SUV. And as you all know, that Hemi exhaust note, absolutely incredible. Like I said, and if you're not getting on it at all, it gets very good gas mileage. Like I said, it's one of the greatest all-around SUVs you can possibly have. I know a lot of people who have these who are putting 200,000 miles on them, going back and forth from Ohio to Florida, or going from, I know one person that lives in North Carolina. He goes back and forth to actually Maine and back to North Carolina quite a bit, and he's never had a problem out of it. And that says a lot about basically where Dodge is going, because as we all know, just like I stated in my previous videos, a lot of American manufacturers, they didn't really know quality that much back, you know, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And seeing as where they're going to now, and where they're going to and where they are at now, this is an incredible step up. I mean, the leather wrap dashboard, leather wrap steering wheel, the steering wheel is heated and cooled, so you do have that creature comfort as well. And again, you have this gorgeous touchscreen display. And I mean, it's such an amazing vehicle now. Again, if you want to have a little bit of sportiness, this does have the Hemi in it again, and you also have the paddle shifters on it, which actually, for being such a big SUV, this really doesn't shift that bad at all. It actually shifts pretty quickly with the paddle shifters. And like I said, that's astonishing to me. And two, with that being said, this thing actually handles decently well. Again, this is such a big SUV, and I mean, there's very minimal body roll in it, and it's still such a very comfortable ride. I mean, I give Dodge major props for doing something like this. Like it's again, you get that performance along with the comfortability of having that big SUV and the safety of having a big SUV, and you don't have to really compromise too much. And again, you can pack your entire family, your dogs, your cat, whatever pet you have, and go on a long road trip to Florida and chill out, go to the beach with it, and basically do anything you want to with this car. So appearance-wise, right? Looking back at like the 2006, 2007 Durangos, you know, the big bulky ones, I did not like those at all. They were just, it was just honestly just plain ugly. And seeing how these new body styles have came out and how, honestly, how muscular and how timeless it sort of is now, I love this body style. The particular one that we're driving has the SRT-esque hood on the front, and that right there, honestly, like tops the entire appearance off for me. I mean, I love it when basically car manufacturers basically throw down some, you know, old school style like cues to it, and that hood right there is just so instantly classic that honestly, you know, when you see that hood, you know that it's a Mopar for sure. Now, the final price of this one is right around that $50,000 to $51,000, and for $50,000, honestly, this is plenty car for that money. And again, I will go over a lot of the technical features as well as, you know, a lot of like the standard features that you get with the base models, as well as, you know, the big dog SRT8 models that you get too. But I mean, for this being like that mid-range version of it with still having the Hemi, it's an absolute blast. And I mean, like I said, what I want to do also is do a lot more SUVs and basically cars and vehicles that people, you know, want to go out and buy too. And while also doing, you know, the modified cars, like you've been had like the Mustang, my Camaro pretty soon, or Evo, and you know, basically having that review as, you know, from a buying perspective as well. And like I said, as far as going out and buying a brand new 2020 Durango for $50,000, this is honestly a bargain. Alright guys, so I'm just going to show you some of the technical features of the 2020 Dodge Durango RT Blacktop. So with that being said, this is a push button start. So all you have to do is put your foot on the brake, press the start button to start it up. And the gauge will do this little dancing and everything else. As you can see, you connect. So, like I was saying earlier, once you set this up, you can connect your phone. I'll go ahead and connect my phone here in a little bit, but for right now we'll say no. So, climate, this is where you can change all of your climate control features. So, you know, you can hot, cold, you can change out what direction you want, you know, the air conditioning or the heat to come out at. And again, how fast you want the fan speed to be. Basically just your basic common climate control buttons. It's all touchscreen again, and if you wanted to, you can always change your temperature on these push buttons right here on the actual cluster. So if you go to controls, this is where you have your heated seats, and as well as ventilated seats and heated steering wheel. As you can see, you can fold down the back headrest by pushing this button right here, and as you can see, the third row headrest fell down. And again, you can also, if you wanted to, bring up your backup camera. And as you can see, I mean, to me, this isn't the world's best, you know, backup camera display, but it does what it needs to do. You have the directional lines as well. Whenever you back up, as you can see exactly where you're backing up to. So we'll go ahead and cancel this out. And we'll go back to controls. And again, so you have your heated seats, your ventilated seats, as well as your heated steering wheel. If you go to apps, here you can see all of your apps on your display system. So for instance, you do have Wi-Fi hotspot in this car, and that's again running through your phone as well too. And if you wanted to, if you ever got into an accident or you had an emergency at all, just click this SOS button. I'm not going to do it because as you can see, we're not in an emergency whatsoever right now. But again, that you do have that feature if you needed it to. So, and also on top of that too, a lot of manufacturers are moving out of having the manual, the actual book manual. So if you wanted to, you can go to vehicle user guide. Here, once it comes up, then you can see basically anything you want to about the car. And again, I mean, it's pretty cool. You will have to, you know, sort of learn it, however, but on top of that too, it is sort of simple to use. So if you want to go to vehicle operation, here you can see all your warning lights, stuff to look out for. It basically teaches you what you need to know about your 2020 Dodge Durango. So if you go back, click back, and notifications here. Here you have a lot of your connected services. So, and this is again activated through your phone, and I mean it's still pretty cool. You can go next. You have app manager, you have market, again the headrest, so that one's for the second row seats. You have your XM media if you ever wanted to use it, you know, Sirius XM radio. And yeah, so it's pretty simple to use actually. So, and like I said, on top of that, this is a pretty economical car for what it is. You do have eco mode, and what eco mode does is basically it turns down the shift points, but on top of that you also have sport mode. So you click it, it'll raise up the shift points, stiffen up the suspension a little bit. Here on the dashboard you can see on the instrument cluster, I'll go ahead and turn it back on again here. It comes with a little instrument cluster display, which is actually pretty cool. And I mean, a lot of people are starting to do that, especially Ford with their Mustangs and everything else, but it's still a really cool function in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off here. Obviously, traction control off, traction control on. That's pretty common, pretty self-explanatory. If you wanted to, which, I mean, I really don't know why someone want to do this, but you know, you never know. It's a good function to have if you needed it. You can always turn the display off, as you can see, and to turn it back on, just simply touch the screen and you have it back on. So, with that being said, if you wanted to, you know, use basically your hands-free steering wheel control functions, all your steering control functions are located right here on the steering wheel. You know, your cruise control, you do have adaptive cruise control in this. So we'll go ahead and start with this side. And you know, you can see all of your vehicle maintenance, tire pressures, your fuel economy, trip computer, and if you have music playing through your phone, or if you even wanted to listen to it through the normal radio, Sirius XM and stuff like that, you do have that option right here as well. And again, if you had your phone connected, you can make a call. And I mean, basically just voice control. And I mean, like I said, it's, for what it is, it actually does exactly what you need it to do. And like I said, within this price point, I really can't think of a better car within this price point that you can buy brand new. So some more basic functions that you have. Obviously, you have your cigarette lighter right down here, as well as if you wanted to connect a USB device or an aux cord, you know, again, your phone, iPod, basically anything you really wanted to do. So, like I said, this is a four-wheel drive vehicle, so you do have basic four-wheel drive functions down here. Four-wheel drive auto, usually leave that there. If you want to go to low range, to complete all-wheel drive shift, put the transmission in neutral, and it'll start doing all-wheel drive shift in progress. And to change it back, simply just change it back to auto, and then turn it back to a park, and you have it back to normal, basically. So moving on to the back seat, I am 6'4", so, and I have the front seat as if I was driving it right now, and that's exactly how I'll be driving it, with the seat basically further back, because again, I am 6'4", pretty tall. And I mean, I can sit in the back still, however, it is a little bit cramped, as you can see. But yeah, I mean, you still have, you know, enough room, and obviously having this little indent right here in the back seat, as you can see, really helps with rear leg room. Even though it's such a small little indent, it honestly works wonders. And I mean, without that, I literally would not be able to sit back here at all. Now, on both of the front rear seats, you do have these little cargo nets, and again, that is more storage, and that is really good. As you can see, basic climate control vents. You do have USB port 1 and USB port 2 for both of the back rear seats, as well as the 115 volt AC adapter. And I mean, basically, that literally allows you, which I never understood, that literally allows you, if you wanted to, let's say, plug in a microwave, that would actually work. So And one day I would actually want to try to do that with one of the cars we get and try to plug in a microwave into the AC adapter right there. But yeah, and again, up top, you do have the basic climate control vents for the rear, taking it hot, cold, where you want the air to come out of. And as you can see, the climate control vents for this are up here, and that's where you control everything. So we'll go ahead and turn that back down. And again, that's just basic climate control vents. Now, like I was saying when I was in the front seat, I know some of the better optioned, and air quotes, better optioned Durangos do have the rear entertainment system. This one, however, does not have it, but I know you can always get it as like an extra, if you will, at the dealership, and they'll go ahead and install that for you too. It all depends on how much more money you want to spend. I do believe that option is about, I want to say, an extra like $1,000 or so on top of the regular price. And like I said, that's not bad at all. And if you have, you know, kids that, you know, want to play their games back here, want to watch movies, Aladdin, you know, the princess movie or whatever, that is a very good option to have in the Durango, especially if you're planning on you know, traveling a lot, traveling out of town a lot with the kids, going on family vacations and stuff like that. So that way they have something to do. And obviously you have your basic coat functions right here up top, and that's on both the driver and passenger side. So yeah, I said it's not bad at all, especially for the price of it. Now here is the sticker of it, and like I said, the base price alone is $46,895, and then obviously with total options, extra options that you have, extra equipment, it comes out to a total price of $50,875, and that is before tax and title, obviously. So I am sitting in the third row seat. Now, the weird thing about it is I actually can't put the seat up. That's sort of why I'm holding it, because there's not room at all for anybody that's remotely tall whatsoever. And I mean, rear headroom in the third row is not the greatest. As you can see, my head is touching the ceiling of the Durango. But again, I mean, it's meant for smaller kids anyway, so I do understand why they did that. I'm gonna try to, yeah, I won't be able to put the third row seat, the second row seat up at all. But like I said, it is meant for kids anyway, so then put that back down. You do have the basic, you know, cup holders right here on this side for passenger side, and right here on this side for the driver's side. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's basically, and the third row seat actually really isn't that hard. You know how you sit in some third row seat SUVs and they're very uncomfortable? It really isn't that bad. I mean, it is, you know, sort of hard. Obviously the front two rows are a lot more comfortable, but I mean, for sitting in third row, it's not bad at all. But yeah, anyway guys, thank you for watching today's video of a 2020 Dodge Durango Blacktop RT Edition Hemi. I did take the car back right now, so I will be taking it back actually right now. But it's been such an honor, and again, a big shout out and thank you to Jeff Weiler, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, for letting me review their car. And I just want to say thank you guys as well too for subscribing to our videos, subscribing to our channel, liking our videos, and watching our videos as well too. It means so much to both Kashyap and I and our entire team. Now remember guys, we do have our 100 subscriber giveaway, and that giveaway will give you a $25 gift card to any performance shop you guys want, as long as they sell gift cards, as well as to being featured in our podcast. And the podcast topic will be based on whatever you guys choose, car related. And also on top of that, we'll also take you guys out to dinner too. So like I said guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell button so that you guys can be notified forever. That way whenever we do post out another video, and you guys be the first ones to watch it. But yeah, thank you guys and have a great day. Peace.